As promised, I wanted to talk to you about Planet X. This is a really good book, apart from major mistakes because of the Christian standpoint. I actually wrote to Doug Elwell again yesterday to tell him how unfortunately it's such a great work. It talks of the Planet X coming in. This is the Planet 9 that NASA has finally admitted to. It's they after hiding it for so many years, and that is the reason why they are bombing up in the sky so much. All those trails, people who are only just waking up to those trails, like in New Zealand. It's amazing to me because, of course, I have been trying to warn people for so many years, and now everyone's taking pictures of these lines in the sky and all the rest of it, and but not realizing now why there's so many. They're not even trying to hide it now. It's just quite outrageous, and because my theory is that they're not. It's not about poisoning everybody anymore. It's actually about keeping the cloud cover. And I've just seen on my Facebook on a few Planet X or Nibiru sites, amazing pictures that they are sighting now as she comes in close. And this is the real reason. This is the real reason why they are clouding up the sky, because the one thing that they cannot control is panic. And if the people realize and see what's up there, they will panic, and they will understand why they, all the powers that be, have made all these bunkers and are preparing to go down into the earth, which the Bible also tells us that when God comes in his power, he's going to shake the earth up so much they're going to come running out of those bunkers and throw away their gold into the streets. They're going to be so scared. But that's what's coming, and it's all about the pole shift that is coming. Okay, and so I just want you to be prepared if you don't know about that. But planet as the stage that we're at now, just like with the volcanoes, subsidence, great cracks opening, earthquakes in various places, as Jesus warned us, is part of the seventh trumpet. And it says, so great is the importance of the seventh trumpet that a substantial amount of parenthetical material exists between it and the description of the sixth trumpet. Immediately after the description of the sixth trumpet, the scene seems to shift away from the armies of the dragon to a mighty angel, which suddenly appears in heaven. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed in a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire. Well, I filmed that, so I'm just going to show it to you again. I filmed that, so I don't know why it's just disappeared. That in Tairua in 2012. And so that was, of course, after the Iraq War, I expect, that we're talking about here. But this is what Jeremiah 51, what I read to you and painted on this picture was all about, is that because of everything that America has done, because they have been so, such a cruel, conquering people, but pretending to be the peace bringers, but they're the actual warmongers, that they are going to pay. That the blood that's on your hand. Same thing with First and Second World War. America, takes the place of the hero, but in fact they were used by these crypto JEWS, who Zionists. So here in 51:54 it says, "Hark, a cry from Babylon, the noise of a great destruction, the land of the Chaldeans, for the Lord is laying Babylon waste and stilling her mighty voice. Their waves roar like many waters, the noise of their voice is raised, for a destroyer has come upon her, upon Babylon. Her warriors are taken, their bows are broken in pieces, for the Lord is a God of recompense. He will surely requite I will make drunk her princes and her wise men, her governors, her commanders, and her warriors. They shall sleep a perpetual sleep and not wake, says the King, whose name is the Lord of hosts. Thus says the Lord of hosts, the broad wall of Babylon, the broad wall, shall be levelled to the ground, and her high gates shall be burned with fire. The peoples labour for naught, and the nations weary themselves only for fire. Okay, and so I don't think, given especially just what happened.
Yes, it's only with the umbrella that you can get away with looking at it.
During the day, it's the sort of thing you see at sunset, isn't it?
I've never seen this ever. Never seen those colours in there. This is weird.
It is. The effect of the green on the blue, you can see it's quite green for the most part.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I'm describing the colours of the rainbow.
You hear all that humming sound in Wellington they're talking about? People hearing this amazing humming sound in Wellington, and then they're going back to Auckland and still hearing it up there.
Okay, so
Humming in. Because over in America...
So you see the face in the cloud and the bright, which is the bright like the sun. So it says, this is a description of it, and it's got the pillars of fire. And it says here, the description of the object in heaven surrounded by a cloud, its face as bright as the sun, with a rainbow around it. It sounds clearly identical to the description of God's heavenly throne in Revelation 4. Thus, the description of the mighty angel in Revelation 10 must be, see, this is where he just totally loses it, be a description of Planet X's near flyby, where it destroys the massed armies of the dragon in one swift stroke. See, just totally, sticks two things together. This was the Revelation 4 and 10 angel come in 2012, and at the Feast of Trumpets, which was telling us what was about to come. It was the end of the age. He also then goes on, and this is what I've said to you so many times, just because they have misinterpreted Revelation 9 and 20 this is what he says, okay? He says, then after the description of the two witnesses whose ministry no doubt has something to do with the revelation of the secret planet X, they are killed by no less a personage than Apollyon himself. Now, sorry, wrong way. As I have, told you, so many times, Apollyon is not the destroyer. If you read both those scriptures, Revelation 9 and 20, you'll see that Apollyon is the good guy. He's the angel in one place, and he's described as the star in another place, who comes down to earth and has the key to the abyss. And out of the abyss comes the beast, comes all the armies, but they are not allowed to hurt anyone without the mark of God on their, they're not allowed to hurt anyone with the mark of God. So all those who are sealed, and the green trees and all that, anything that's of God, they cannot touch. And then afterwards, the devil is thrown into the pit, and closed. So it can hardly be the Antichrist, can it? Because he's not going to throw himself into the pit. So this is where they totally get it wrong. They've all just read their own talking points, and it says, and it say that Apollyon, not realizing that the destroyer is actually God. Only God has come to bring recompense for all the blood guilt that you've already incurred. So I just want to show, here's that what I filmed again, so you know that it's real, and that's the Revelation angel, that the time is now.
You've seen in America, whole baseball games have been stopped because there's incredible crashing and trumpets and sounds in the sky. Some incredible, all over Russia. If you just say, Google sounds in the sky, you'll be absolutely blown away what's been happening. Isn't it amazing? If you come down here,
If you look,
there's been all sorts of weird things happening. All rainbows. Come down here so that the sun blocks out the umbrella. And look at
the cloud up above it.
Oh,
See
okay.
the green?
Different colours.
Can you see the
Pinks
face?
and yellows
And
and
green.
Amazing.
power. It's like a rainbow.
Yeah,
Flying power.
yeah.
The bottom is sort of yellow now.
So the yellow, they're talking, there's the yellow pillars underneath, and yeah, there's the face, the roaring lion and the lamb. So I've got quite a few of versions of that on my channel. You can look it up. So yeah, as I said, this is what people can't understand, because the whole Planet X thing has been kept from you also. And we've been put, all our attention is on the geo engineering and, all the man-made stuff. Yes, they are trying to sort of do their own thing, because basically they have to now have an excuse to put people into these re-education camps and into these small cities where you'll be much easier to be controlled when the effect of Planet X comes in earnest and the pole shift happens in earnest. So this is why you have to sort of get a relationship with the Lord. As I said, I had a dream right from I can't quite remember, it was before Trump was elected, and I've done videos of it. Not sure if it's still up, I'll have a look, but I called it the war is over, the Red Bull is coming to get us. Now the Red Bull, what was so great about this, it talks about the Sumerian texts and the Anunnaki, and describes the bull in heaven, and this also has been kept from us, the whole astrotheology. We have not got an understanding of the stars and how the whole story, God's story, is up there. He stretched it out in the heavens, to tell us everything, because he didn't want us to be ignorant. But the fake Masons, and the fake Jews who got in and destroyed the Masonic fraternities, they have been also behind what you get taught in church. And so the Red Bull, the axiom as above so below, I recognised early that the Red Bull on the earth, the subject of my dream was Trump, and the Red Bull in heaven is Nibiru. And I've also, it doesn't matter, but got so many signs that you can look up if you want to. The red dragon thrown out, cast out of heaven. I filmed that, so that's for you to have a look at too if you like. But yeah, just understand what's happening. Yes, there's going to be a whole lot of climate activity, but just as my dream said, the war is over, the Red Bull is coming to get us. The Red Bull represents Trump, the King of Kings, and at the end of all this, those who get through are going to belong to a time, the golden ages. It's going to be like Atlantis all over again, as it's 1,000 years of absolute bliss, as is prophesied in the Bible. But there has to be a huge cleansing first, and this cleansing is by fire. So yeah, get prepared, and just be still, be still and know that I am God, as he says, and as the Antichrist Obama said when he put up that tower, that memorial to the tower. So, but anyway, so don't know why I put that in. I'm tired. Second video today. Please forgive me. Hope you learnt something, and I hope you're well. God bless you all in Jesus' name.